The Little Mermaid is a live-action adaptation of the 1989 original animated movie of the same name that was directed by Ron Clements and John Musker, with this new live-action adaptation being directed by musical director Rob Marshall. Now, a little backstory of my anticipation for this movie and kind of my love of The Little Mermaid. I really love The Little Mermaid. I think that I just like Ariel as a character, how curious she is, and just kind of her wanting a life, sometimes that, she can't really get, and kind of longing for, just a different perspective. So I think that's kind of the main relatable thing I gratitude towards The Little Mermaid. It's also a very nice story of her just exploring the sea and just wanting to go up above to the human land because she meets this guy, Prince Eric, and she wants to go live with him on land, but she's a mermaid. So, anyways, guys, going into this live action adaptation, I was kind of skeptical at first, obviously, because there were a couple live action remakes, a lot of them actually, that I did not enjoy particularly. But after I heard the director of this movie and kind of the team behind this movie, I was really excited to see what they would do, because Rob Marshall is the director of the adaptation of the stage musical Into the Woods, Chicago, and most recently, other than this movie, the Mary Poppins sequel, Mary Poppins Returns. So yes, guys, does he and the rest of the team do this movie justice like he did all of the other adaptations he has done? Let's see. So yes, guys, like I said, the live-action Little Mermaid just came out, and it stars Halle Bailey, Jonah Howard King, Aquafina, David Diggs, and Jacob Tremblay. Now, I'm just gonna get kind of straight to the point of this movie, because I think that this was a pretty well-made adaptation of this story. I don't think it's perfect. I definitely do think it does fall into the trap that a lot of Disney live-action movies do, but at least this one is one of the better ones. The main reason for that is, first of all, it looks great. I'm not one of those people that is bothered by the CGI in this movie. I think it looks so real. Under the Sea is obviously a classic song from the original, and the way that they put it in live action was my favorite scene of the movie. Just how they really captured all of the wildlife that could be under the sea, and just all the chaos and all the crazy fun stuff that could be down there. And lots of the CGI didn't really bother me. Um, there was some character designs that I do think could have been a little tuned up, touched up. Mostly, what's his name? Flounder. He looks edible. Yeah, I said it. Anyways, this movie is looks great. Lots of CGI. There's a final battle with the Sea Witch Ursula, who is the main villain of this movie, trying to stop Ariel from getting her wish of living life on land. Um, you also got some nice cinematography to go along with the CGI. You've got some great actors, which is that helps also bring this movie to life, which I'll get into right now. The first person that all of you guys probably really want to hear about is obviously Jacob Tremblay as Flounder. Just kidding, it's Halle Bailey. Halle Bailey does a very good job as Ariel. Now, I am gonna talk about the racial things that have been said about Halle Bailey. I don't really get it. Like, Ariel is being black doesn't really define the character of Ariel. I mean, Ariel's just very a very curious and outgoing and teenager who just longs for a better life. And if Halle captured that, that would have been Ariel. It doesn't really matter if she had a as bright as hair as the original Ariel did, or if she is white. To you guys who are kind of thinking that were one of those people that were thinking that that was gonna be an issue, I am telling you right now that it is not. Halle Bailey does an incredible job as Ariel. Her singing pipes, you probably already knew from the promotional stuff before you probably even seen the movie, but they are probably the best part of the movie. She owns every song or lyric that she sings. Yeah, I do think when she gets on land, there, she could have just added a little bit more animation to her voice. To her, like, facial expressions and stuff like that. Cause, spoiler alert, if you have not seen The Little Mermaid, but, she loses her voice. So she needs to talk to Prince Eric, basically, with only her facial expressions to get her emotions out. And I do think they do have good chemistry in those scenes. You can tell, but some of the things when she's supposed to be like getting all excited about like everything, I feel like she could have just been a little bit more animated. So then we know she's so excited to know what this is, and 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 all of that. Um, yeah, she does a pretty good job though. I forgot to say on those scenes, but especially when she's singing and doing the classic aerial stick, she is good. Um, you've also, like I said, you've got Scuttle, voiced by Aquafina, David Dix, played by, uh, uh, what's his name? David Diggs, and you also have Jacob Tremblay playing Flounder, and, you, I gotta say, I think they do a pretty good job in their roles. I do gotta say, they were my least favorite part of the movie. I think that David Diggs's Sebastian is not my favorite. It kind of just feels like he's phoning in an accent. Doesn't seem like a real accent. I also didn't really buy into his relationship with Ariel. He's kind of supposed to be like a wingman and kind of uh, uh, like a help to Ariel and kind of watching out for her, and I didn't really buy him as that. He's just kind of like rapping every word he says, like, Ariel, don't go up to the sea. Yeah, dab it, dab it, dip that water. And yeah, it didn't really go well with me. And uh uh they do okay, I guess. The rest of the cast, um, it's just especially Aquafina. She does kind of her own interpretation of Scuttle and humor and all of that stuff. It's not really my favorite. Uh, it's it's good, but it's just not as funny as the original Scuttle. But she really tries. Flounder is barely in it, so Jacob Tremblay only gets a couple lines. But for what he does a pretty good job. Um, you also, that kind of goes into my another negative eye of the movie. On top of mostly David Diggs' kind of just performance, is I think that um, the the characterizations of the sidekicks are kind of toned down for this live action adaptation, and it doesn't really work. Like, Scuttle is supposed to be like this very kooky, very kind of stupid bird, and not really knowing what anything is on land, because she's like lazy or whatever, I don't know. But she is Aquafina kind of plays her as a more calmer um, uh, type bird, and kind of more of a sassy edge to her. So does Sebastian, the Dix on Sebastian. And I don't know, that interpretation didn't really work for me at times. But yeah, but I do think for what they're given, mostly Aquafina and Jacob Tremblay's performances do work. But like Scuttle, and Flounder. Flounder's supposed to be like a kind of like a scaredy cat, kind of like a scaredy fish, I guess I should say, and kind of a but also a very loyal friend to Ariel, and she's supposed to be very supportive. But I don't know, just some of the no, just kind of there to kind of throw in the lines from the original and kind of just be there. They didn't really put a stamp on uh, their characters and who they really are, like the originals did. Um, but uh, but yeah, I talked about Halle Bailey earlier. Let's talk about the rest of the cast because Jonah Howell King, I think, is amazing in this movie. I mean, he does a pretty good job of portraying this prince who, by the way, is also a collector like Ariel. She loves he loves collecting things like she does under the sea, or did under the sea, and they add a new backstory to kind of flesh out the character of Prince Eric from the original, um, to make him kind of more relatable to us audience and Ariel, so then we really buy into their relationship, and that was pretty good. I think lots of the on land stuff I really enjoyed, probably even better than the original. Well, whereas Under the Sea, I think, under other than the song Under the Sea, I think most of that stuff was done better in the original. But anyways, yeah. Jonah Howard King does a really good job of portraying kind of that same stereotype of type as Ariel, liking to visit like different countries and all that stuff. It's pretty interesting. You also got to name another major cast member in here, Melissa McCarthy as Ursula. Now, I do think she does a really good job. I do think that uh, she was not like made to play Ursula. Like they probably could have gotten someone else. But that's not to say that she does not do a good job. Um, she is very good at that just owning and having fun with every evil thing she's doing, which is exactly the kind of vibe that I got from the original Ursula. Um, and yeah, you got um, all of the kind of let's talk about the new music because I do think that lots of the new music, I know lots of people are kind of mixed on those, and I really like the new music actually. I think it really adds a little bit more story to the story, like adds to the story that's being told, and they're kind of Broadway style, which I really like. Um, but they're just not really, they're not there just to be there, the new songs, which is good. Also, shout out to the original composer, Alan Menken, because he comes back to score this movie, and he does a really good job of uh, making paying homage to the original score he did in 1989, but going a little bit more grander and stuff, with also throwing in parts of the melodies from the new songs that you hear, which I thought was pretty good. Obviously, he's a genius. So, yeah, anyways, guys, that is what I think of the live action Little Mermaid. Tell me all your thoughts in the comment section down below. Did you not like it? Did you like it? Let me know all of that in the comment section down below. Also in the comments, tell me movie suggestions if you have them, so then I can tell you, watch them and tell you my opinion if a movie is worth watching or not. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I We'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.